Have you ever asked yourself, why me, God? Wondered why the pain, the delays, the rejections, and the heartache seem endless? Let me tell you right now, you're closer to your breakthrough than you think, and your greatest testimony is about to unfold. Have you ever stood in the middle of your storm asking, why me? Have you felt the weight of rejection, the sting of delay, and the pressure of a path that seems too difficult to walk? If you've ever asked yourself, why this pain? Why this heartache? Why does it feel like I'm walking this road alone? I need you to pause for a moment and really listen, because what feels like the end is actually the beginning of a powerful transformation. I know you may feel like God has forgotten you, but hear me when I say, He is not done with you. In fact, He's just getting started. Today, I want to speak to that deep, unspoken place within you, that part of your heart that holds all those unanswered questions, all the doubts you've carried silently. I want to declare, right now, that something incredible is about to shift in your life. This isn't just some empty pep talk, or hollow words meant to make you feel good for a few moments. This is prophetic truth. This is divine revelation. God is about to reveal to you why He has chosen you, and you will understand why you've been through all the pain, the waiting, and the hidden seasons. Maybe you've been in a place where every door seems to be shutting in your face. The opportunities you prayed for seem to be slipping through your fingers, while others seem to rise up effortlessly around you. You've been waiting, watching, hoping, and yet, it feels like you're stuck in a cycle of disappointment. And here's the truth. You're not tired just physically. You're tired in your soul, exhausted from praying without answers, hoping without results, sowing without seeing a harvest. But listen to this. Heaven never wastes a season of waiting. Not a single tear you've shed in private, not one closed door, not a single moment of silence has been wasted. God has been at work behind the scenes, aligning everything for your ultimate breakthrough. Every trial, every moment of pain, every delay has been part of the divine process. God doesn't work on your timetable. He operates on a much higher level. His timing is always perfect, and He's more interested in your character than your comfort. Before He reveals His purpose for you publicly, He's been refining you privately. You may feel buried, but you're not. You've been planted, hidden but never forgotten. Now, I want to share something profound with you. Even in your brokenness, even with all your flaws, and even after every mistake, you are still the one He has chosen. God has never changed His mind about you. He's been preparing you. And now, it's time to step into the calling He's been nurturing in you all along. Let's take a look back at the story of David for a moment. When Samuel came to anoint a king, David wasn't even considered by his own father. He was left out in the fields, overlooked, forgotten by man. But heaven had a different plan. God saw something in David that no one else could see. His heart of a warrior, his heart of a servant, his heart of a king. And even when everyone else overlooked him, God declared, "That's the one. Anoint him." Before David ever wore a crown, he carried a slingshot. Before he faced Goliath, he spent years in silence, tending sheep. Those quiet, unnoticed moments were not a waste. They were a season of training. God was preparing David for the weight of the calling that was coming. And today, He's doing the same for you. When God chooses you, He doesn't ask for approval from the world. He doesn't care about your followers or your status. His eyes are on your heart, your readiness, your obedience. Right now, it may feel like you're in the middle of a process that doesn't make sense. But let me assure you, God is working. Every setback, every disappointment, every lonely night has been necessary for your preparation. God is refining you, building you, shaping you for the future that's waiting for you. And when the moment comes, just like with David, the world will see that you were never forgotten. You were being prepared. You were being shaped for something greater. Your time is coming. The doors will open. The opportunities will find you. And your story will become a testimony of God's faithfulness. So, I want to leave you with this. God is not finished with you. You are still the one He chose. The crown is coming. The breakthrough is on its way. You've been chosen, and your preparation has been all part of His perfect plan. Hold on. Keep praying. Keep believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Jesus sees every battle you're fighting, every step of faith you're taking, and your obedience when no one else is watching. And right now, He's about to move you from being overlooked to being unshakable. But let's be real for a moment. It hasn't always felt that way, has it? There have been days where you've doubted your own worth, where you've wrestled with feelings of being an imposter. You've even asked yourself, God, did you truly choose me, or is this just some wishful thinking of mine? And to that, I say, stop second-guessing what God has already confirmed. The calling that's on your life is no accident. The anointing on your soul isn't up for discussion. The assignment God has for you still stands, even if it seems delayed. What's coming next in your life isn't about proving something to anyone around you. It's about God proving something powerful through you. He's about to take your life and turn it into a testimony that shuts down every voice of doubt. He will use your scars to heal others, your story to silence every critic, and your once broken and hidden voice to proclaim freedom to the world. God is about to show everyone why He chose you, and He's going to do it in a way that will leave no room for denial. So, if you've been walking through fire, if life has been pulling you in every direction, pushing you to your limits, breaking you down, don't run. Don't give up. Don't curse the process. Because the oil is produced in the crushing. The anointing is forged in the fire. Your testimony is being written with each trial you face. The very thing that tried to destroy you will be the very platform God uses to elevate you. The valley where you felt forgotten is about to be the place where God's power is going to be undeniable. Stop chasing after proof. God Himself is the proof. He's about to show up in such a mighty way that even your enemies will be forced to acknowledge that surely the Lord is with you. So hold your head high, straighten your back, and adjust your crown. You are not disqualified. You are divinely chosen. And in this next season, God is not going to bless you in secret. No, He's going to make it loud, visible, and undeniable. He's about to prove to the world exactly why He chose you in the first place. Now, let me take you to a pivotal moment in history, a time that didn't look like destiny. It looked like fear. There was a man named Gideon, a man who was hiding. Not fighting, not leading, not preaching, he was hiding. He was threshing wheat in a winepress. But because he was terrified. He was afraid of the Midianites. He was scared that everything he had worked for would be stolen away again. This wasn't a battlefield he was on. It was a basement, a secret place, a hiding spot. Ever been there? Hiding your potential, your gifts, your dreams, just because the last time you stepped out, life knocked you down? That's exactly where Gideon was. He didn't feel chosen. He didn't feel called. He felt like a coward, lost in a crisis. But here's where it gets good. Right there, in his lowest, most forgotten place, God showed up. And God didn't come with condemnation. He didn't say, Gideon, what are you doing hiding? Why are you so weak? Why are you such a failure? No, God's words were, the Lord is with you, mighty warrior. Can you imagine? At your lowest point, broke, scared, unsure, and God walks in and calls you by a name that contradicts everything you feel. Mighty warrior. God doesn't speak to where you are in the moment. He speaks to where He's taking you. He doesn't call you by your current struggle. He calls you by your destiny. You might feel like a nobody, but He calls you chosen. You might feel weak, but He calls you a warrior. You might feel invisible, but He sees you as vital to His kingdom. But wait, there's more. Gideon's response is where many of us get stuck. He didn't immediately say, okay, God, I'm ready to go. He said, pardon me, Lord, but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest, and I'm the least in my family. Sound familiar? God, I didn't grow up in church. God, I'm not great with words. God, I've made too many mistakes. God, I'm not like them. These excuses, insecurities, and comparisons cloud our vision and make us doubt our calling. But God looked at Gideon, and His answer was simple, I am sending you. I will be with you. And that is enough. Listen to me, clearly, you don't need a crowd to walk in your calling. You don't need a title to fulfill your purpose. You just need the presence of God. And if He is with you, there is no force in heaven or on earth that can stop you. Do you feel unseen, forgotten, or insignificant? Don't let that lie take root in your heart. You are never overlooked by God. There's a power within you, a strength that God has placed inside of you that will rise up when you need it most. The enemy might be trying to silence you, to make you feel small, but remember this: God has already declared victory over your life. When God calls you to something, He doesn't look at your past or your qualifications. He looks at your heart and your willingness to trust Him. You don't have to understand every step of the journey. Just trust that God's plan is greater than your fears or doubts. Every challenge you face, every setback, every struggle is part of the process. God is using it all to build something in you that cannot be shaken. You may not see it now, but God is working behind the scenes, preparing things in ways you can't even imagine. When you choose to walk in obedience, the enemy will try to fight you harder, but remember, the battle is already won. God has the final say. When the hand of God is upon you, you don't need to feel prepared. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. What you need is to be available, to say yes to Him, to trust that He will equip you for what He has called you to do. Think about Gideon for a moment. He wasn't ready for what God had in store, but he was willing. He was reachable, and that was all God needed. God didn't wait for him to get it all figured out. He took him as he was and called him to greatness. Now, here's where it gets truly wild. Gideon answers the call, and he gathers an army of 32,000 men to face a fierce enemy. But God looks at that army and says, "There are too many." Can you imagine that? The odds were already stacked against them, but God wanted them to be impossible. So, He asks Gideon to reduce the army again and again, until only 300 men remained to fight an enemy so numerous it would have seemed ridiculous to challenge them. But because God wanted the glory, not man. He wanted to ensure that when the victory came, no one would be able to say, "It was luck. It was strategy. It was our strength." No, when the breakthrough happens, everyone will know. It's only by the power of God. This is the same way He's working in your life right now. The doors that have closed, there was a purpose behind them. The tough seasons you've walked through, the struggles, the pain, the loneliness, they are all leading up to something incredible. Because when your miracle shows up, it will be undeniable. No one will be able to take credit. People will look at you and say, "Only God could have done that." There's a power in your story. You might feel like you're hiding right now, like you're in a secret place, a place where no one sees you, just trying to survive, just trying to make it through. But hear me, heaven has already written the headline over your life: Mighty Warrior. You might feel like you're the least likely candidate for greatness, but God says, "You are the one I'm going to use." Just like Gideon, you are being called out of hiding, out of fear, out of the comfort zone you've settled in, into the calling He has on your life. God is calling you to purpose, to impact, to a life that will bear undeniable evidence of His favor. You may not see it yet, but the moment is coming when He will take your least likely qualities and turn them into something legendary. When people ask you, "Why you? Why did God choose you?" you can answer, "Because I was willing. I said yes to His call." And when doubt tries to creep in, when the whispers in your head say, "You're not enough," you can boldly declare, "I am enough because He is enough. And He chose me." This isn't just the story of Gideon from ancient times. This is your story. God is moving right now in your life, just as He did with Gideon. He's proving that your insecurities, your weaknesses, your mistakes, they do not disqualify you. You are chosen. He is using your story to show the world that what seems impossible to man is only possible through Him. You may feel forgotten, overlooked, and like your story has no value, but let me tell you, God is about to reveal you in a way that will bring glory to His name. Your revelation is coming. The moment you realize that God didn't make a mistake when He called you, when you understand that you were never too broken, too small, or too far gone for His purpose, it will be the turning point. This isn't just a nice idea or a motivational speech. This is a spiritual awakening. God has always had a plan for you, and now is the time for that plan to be unveiled. See, many of us are waiting for visible proof before we believe God's promises. But that's not how it works. God's pattern is clear. First, He calls you, usually when no one else sees you, when you're still hidden. Then he crushes the parts of you that would destroy the calling he has on your life. It's painful, it's tough, but it's necessary. Finally, when the time is right, he confirms his word over your life. The promise is true, and you are chosen. The season of obscurity, of waiting, of feeling overlooked, it wasn't a punishment. It was protection. God was preparing your character in private, building your integrity and strength, so that when he brings you into the spotlight, you can handle the weight of what he's calling you to do. He doesn't elevate based on popularity or appearances. He elevates based on preparation. Maybe today is the day you're ready to surrender. You're tired of fighting life on your own, tired of running from your purpose, tired of the emptiness that comes from trying to control everything. Or maybe you once walked with God, but life distracted you, and now something inside you is stirring again, calling you back to him. If that's you, whether you're coming home for the first time or coming back after a season of drifting, I want to lead you in a simple but powerful prayer. This is not about magic words. It's about a heartfelt surrender to Jesus. If you're ready to say yes to him, then repeat this prayer after me. Jesus, I need you. I believe you died for my sins and that you rose again. I ask you to forgive me, wash me clean, and make me new. I give you my heart, my past, my future. From this day forward, I am yours. In Jesus' name, friend, if you just prayed that prayer, heaven is celebrating right now. Angels are rejoicing because you've made the greatest decision of your life. You are forgiven. You are loved. You are made new. You are chosen. And I promise you, God is about to show the world just how true that is. Wherever you are, I want you to drop a comment below and say, I said yes. We want to celebrate with you, we want to pray with you, and we want to walk alongside you as you begin this incredible new chapter. Remember, salvation is just the beginning. The journey has only just begun. Best wishes to you, and remember, God is for you, and nothing can stop his plan for your life.